Yes, people, and welcome to episode 9 of the Lager Than Life podcast.
Episode 9,
Episode
Sarav.
9,
What?
bro. It's crazy. I'm Sarav.
I'm Rory.
And guys, listen. You lot thought, oh yeah, these guys are going to start a podcast and finish on episode 2. Like, they'll do 2 episodes. Fuck you.
We still here?
We're still here. Episode 9. Episode 9 is nuts. That's actually consistency. 9 times we've got together and we've fucking put this together for no one to watch. But that's not the
That's not the point,
That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is we are still here. We're doing this, whether you like it or not. And if you don't, fuck you, because we're going to be the fastest growing podcast one day.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. And that's that. But yeah, listen. If you're new here, then welcome. Welcome to about an hour of our incessant ramblings. I'm chatting lots of shit just about like what's going on in the week, pop culture shit. Having some discussions along the way. But if you're returning here, thank you as always for all of the support you're providing us. We really, really do appreciate it and love you so much for it. And we promise we're going to make it big time for you original fans. So thanks.
The OGs out there.
Yeah, it's for you. It's for you. So we'll think of something nice for you guys.
We'll think of it.
Yeah. And we'll we know who you are. So yeah, cool. But yeah, man, I think like let's just get into it.
As per on the Lager Than Life podcast, we always start off with our beer of the week.
I'm excited about this one.
Now
man.
we've had a few. I think the last few episodes we've been going for that sort of citrusy, hazy IPA, and things are getting boring. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So we were in the shop and thinking, what beer do we have for the episode? And
So,
this one,
what have we got this week, Rory?
So we've got a Samuel Smith organic handcrafted fruit beer,
Wow.
raspberry flavoured.
Wow.
Oh damn! And it's
Oh
not a
my
can
God.
this time; it's a
It's
bottle.
a bottle.
We've
We need to shake
upgraded.
things up. It says product of the UK. I don't know if that means it's like the product of the
I
UK.
think it's brewed in the UK.
Brewed in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's got like for you audio listeners, it looks very like royal and official.
Old school,
It's-
Tudor vibes.
It's got like a dark red label, some like Christmassy looking kind of squabbles, and there's like a scroll on here.
Yeah, it's medieval shit. I think.
It definitely looks medieval.
But yeah, where do you stand on fruit beer, Sarah? You a fan?
I don't really fuck with fruit beers. I don't know. I say that, but then the one we
This
had in
might
the
change
last
your life.
episode- Yeah, the one we had last episode definitely blew my mind.
That was quite fruity. Right, man, let's crack this.
Let's crack it
this
open.
bad boy
Crack it open. So Rory, tell us, what do you know about this beer?
So this beer, this beer, the general description of it is Samuel Smith's small independent British brewery is located in Tadcaster. This beer is blended with pure organic cherry, strawberry, raspberry, and apricot fruit juices, and added with more organic beer to create fruit beers of considerable strength and flavour. The smooth, distinctive character of the matured beer serves as the perfect counterpoint to the pure organic fruit juice. Oh damn!
Interesting.
Like, they're
man.
putting fruit juice in this beer.
Yeah.
They're not messing here. This isn't like notes of fruit. This is alcoholic Ribena, Sarah.
Right, I'm kind of nervous.
I'm nervous. What if this is our first shit beer?
Listen, the time had to come.
There's one way to find out. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, bro. Episode 9.
Episode 9. Oi. Fucking hell, that's bad. That's foul.
Do you think?
I don't know. Like that's awful.
Doesn't taste like beer.
That's cider.
Yeah, it's cider.
That's like dark fruits, but awful.
It's like
Oh,
it's
wow.
not even fizzy.
That's not good.
Hang on. Let's
I
get
don't
back in
even
there.
I didn't even know I want to do another sip.
I'll be honest, man.
No, that's foul. It's like a dark fruits, but stronger, less fizzy, less refreshing. Not really cider. That's not good, bro.
What's your opinion of raspberries?
Raspberries.
It's very raspberry.
I mean, I like the fruit,
yeah.
but maybe this is. I thought this would be more beer with notes of fruit. I didn't think this would. This to me is raspberry with a note of like. Well, there's actually no notes of beer. This is just a raspberry alcoholic drink.
I can't taste any beer. By what definition is it beer? Because it's got yeast.
I guess so. Yeah.
This is the
I guess
kind of
they're
shit.
using yeast instead of like apple hops.
But this is the kind of beer that you know is going to turn your shits like brown, like dark brown,
dark
ready
red
tomorrow.
or
Yeah.
purple.
Do you know
I'm
what I
worried,
mean?
Sarav.
Yeah. Well, we'll give you an update of that next time. But
I'm gonna go in very strong. This is officially my lowest rated
Okay.
beer of the show. I'm going for 2.
Okay.
I don't think I could. I'm not excited to crack open the next one.
Okay, fine.
Do you know what I mean? Usually I am on this show,
Mm.
but not today.
Okay.
That's a 2 for me. I'm sorry.
That's a big statement coming from you. So as a drink overall, this is a beer for non-beer drinkers. This is the people's beer.
Maybe a stepping stone for young
Yeah,
kids.
for people who don't like beer. Like, I definitely would have become an alcoholic at the age of 8 if I tried this then and got told this was beer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah. So as a drink, I don't think it's that bad. I can't really rate it because I don't know the scale we're going off of.
Out of
It
10.
kind of gives it. Yeah, no. But as a beer, rather than just as a drink,
right,
as a
right.
beer, I would agree it's low. I'll give it a 2.5.
2.5. 2.25.
Yeah, because it's not awful.
You think it's a little bit drinkable?
It's drinkable. It's just not a beer. Like, it doesn't taste like a beer to me.
Yeah. Completely agree.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
So there you have it, mate. I feel like we jinxed it last week. We were like
we know that about beer.
maybe next week will be our worst beer.
Yeah,
And here we are.
Here we are.
Look at
man.
us.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Okay, fine. So we're giving that a 2.25 overall.
2.25.
We'll put that on the leaderboard.
Which is going to be here.
Somewhere.
Sorry, future Sarah.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Just chuck it in post.
Yeah, we'll chuck it somewhere. But yeah, that's the leaderboard. But yeah, I think that's definitely at the bottom. What's going to be interesting is when we hit over 10 episodes, because then not every beer we've drunk is going to be on the leaderboard.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll obviously keep a real log somewhere of all of them. But yeah, so that I hope gets knocked off the screen very, very soon.
Very soon. By episode 11,
fingers crossed,
we
man.
won't have to even look at that again.
Yeah, because this was not nice.
Sarah,
mm.
it's been a busy week.
It's been a busy week, man.
There is some news this
There's
week.
all sorts of shit going on, bro.
So our first bit of news. Frogmore Cottage.
Oh man!
Did you see? I don't know if you know what I was about to talk about.
Yeah.
So Frogmore Cottage is a property owned by the royal family.
Yes,
and lots of royal family members have lived there, including the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan. And now news has come out that they've been kicked out of this property. But reports have now come out that they've been kicked out by King Charles and replaced with, guess who? Prince Andrew. Can you imagine? That is a slap in the face. Prince Andrew, the nonce. Imagine that. You're kicked out of your home, your royal home. I mean, I know they're not the Duke and Duchess anymore, but imagine you're kicked out of your home and they think, listen, I'd rather pedo go instead of you.
I think it's just a real testament to something that Chris Rock said. The royal family were the original racists.
The OG. The OG racists.
The OG racists. Because
100%.
that's
They're
mad.
original recipe racists.
Because, like, how can you be more racist than you hate paedophiles? Like, that is
100%.
wild.
Yeah.
Bruv, what are they putting? What is wrong with these? What? That's crazy.
I always thought
Apparently
that
they-
Prince Andrew was completely stripped of all his titles, and therefore he shouldn't be able to stay in fucking like royal family property. Which it does get like paid for by the taxpayers.
Yeah. Do you reckon it was the royal family who killed off Jeffrey Epstein? Because, like,
If I'm honest with you, yes.
yeah, you think it was
As
them?
in, like, the royal family has a lot of influence
Mm.
in the intelligence services and in the country in general. So I'm not saying they've got like the royal family have their own hit squad, but 100% they've had some influence in killing off Epstein.
Because Epstein got murdered like the first night he went into jail, right?
First night.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I thought to myself, like, oh, maybe just people targeted him because he was, like, obviously a known pedo. But then obviously someone paid someone to kill him.
100%. Well, it's supposedly he committed suicide. But
Oh, that's what it was. Sorry.
bollocks.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He supposedly killed himself.
Yeah.
And that's it. You can very easily make a hit on someone look like a suicide attempt when you're in prison.
Yeah. I'm
Very
sure no
easily.
one's looking.
But yeah, I think that at that point they had so much was on the line, and maybe there were other royal family members who also were going to get outed.
Mm,
You
mm.
never know.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Have
can
you seen the
imagine?
list of Jeffrey
Celebra-
Epstein's
What, the people who went to his island?
people who went to his islands?
Oh, I know.
There is all sorts on there.
Did Bill Gates go? Did I make that up?
Oh, Bill Gates definitely was there. But loads of stuff like Ben Affleck was there.
No way.
Like loads of celebrities. One second, I'm just going to quickly get it up.
But do you think like everyone who went necessarily engaged in the dodgy stuff?
Probably not,
Yeah.
because I think you've got more faith in people than that.
Well, I'd like to think so, because Jeffrey Epstein was also just in that crowd. Do you know
He
what
was
I
a
mean?
socialite, so he rubbed shoulders with these sort of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The Jeffrey Epstein stuff's weird. What confuses me is like with the Ghislaine Maxwell. Where are the names? Like, what's happened? You don't hear much about that. Like, it kind of simmered in the news for a little bit, and now I just like, she should just give all the names up, like out these people.
Maybe she's being paid by the royal family to keep her
Paid
mouth
off.
shut.
Probably.
Yeah.
Corruption runs deep, Sarav.
Mm.
Our next bit of news.
Mm.
And I'd like to have a little discussion about this actually, but the general headline is, I know you don't watch Succession, but Succession star Brian Cox, famous British actor,
Yeah.
he basically called out Jeremy Strong, who basically said that his method acting on the set of the HBO show Succession, and he said he's expressing concern and he thinks that Jeremy's going to burn himself out by continuing to method act, which I thought was very interesting, and he sort of called him out on a chat show. I think this sort of raises a bigger sort of issue of like, what do you think about method actors in general?
It's not for me to comment, mate.
Because you're not an actor.
I'm not an actor, and if I'm enjoying their performance, then if you're enjoying the result, and the result is only possible because of the process, then who am I to... Okay, I can't say who am I to judge. If you're obviously doing fucked up shit like Jared Leto sending like...
We'll get onto him in a bit,
Yeah, dead animals to like Margot Robbie, and then like dildos to the cast and used condoms. Like, as you know, as we discussed, borderline...
That's
not
like,
even borderline.
you
That
should
is
be
sexual.
sectioned.
That is sexual harassment.
It's harassment, 100%. I was reading a list of all the fucked up method acting that Jared Leto's done over the past like 20 years of his acting career. So
wait, before you do, if I can, just for those of you who don't know, method acting is basically when you assume the character of the character you're going to play and kind of encapsulate it into your life. You become
Into
that
real
person
life.
both on screen and off screen, right? Yeah. So,
but yeah, so I was reading this list, right? So here's all the fucked up shit that Jared Leto's done during his method acting, right?
Yeah.
So the first one, on set of Blade Runner 2049, where he played the villain, he used contact lenses to partially blind himself. So we needed someone to help him, guide him around set, because he'd literally blinded himself and he refused to take them out.
Right, what was his character in?
He played a blind person.
Right, okay, fine.
But like, he only had a few scenes and it was kind of like a bit of a wonky performance. But when you're on set, right, and like time is money, and like the actor's fucking around because he can't find, where to stand and things like that, ridiculous. So the next one, so in the famous box office flop film that came out last year called Morbius, he played a diseased scientist, right, who had like a disability.
Yeah.
So Jared Leto pretended to be disabled, right, but like offset.
Oh my god.
So he was walking around the whole set with crutches, right, and it was taking so long because it was like, right, we need to start filming, and he was on crutches, and his legs were fine, right, and he's on crutches going there, and they're like, come on, really. So the production, the studio basically had to buy him like a wheelchair to wheel him around because he refused to walk properly, which is the second one. This one's mad. So while filming the film Chapter 27, he gained 67 pounds. He gained so much weight so quickly that he gave himself gout.
What the fuck is gout?
I don't fucking know, but I think it's a disease you get when you like eat way too much. He literally gave himself gout for this role.
Oh my god.
And then the last one, and the most famous one, is on the set of Suicide Squad when he was playing the Joker, very badly, I might add. He sent cast members live rats, used condoms, anal beads, a hog, and sticky copies of Playboy. I think that is borderline harassment.
That is such
borderline harassment.
No, it is. Yeah,
and also, he's the most overrated actor. Like he's always plays these like weird kind of sort of characters, and he's always just overacting completely. And this is the problem. So I agree with you. If it brings out the best performance, then method acting is fine. But the moment it's not fine is when it's actually affecting other people on set. Like and the famous case is Jim Carrey, right? Like the Andy Kaufman when he played Man on the Moon, right?
Yeah.
And like they did a documentary on it called Jim and Andy on Netflix. Definitely go watch that because it's really good.
Okay.
But he was causing chaos.
Oh yeah.
And Andy Kaufman,
yeah.
for context, is a famous comedian. I think back in the 70s, maybe.
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey played him very well. But he was Andy Kaufman offset all the time, and he'd come in drunk on set. He'd crash his car in, and he behaved so badly that they had all this behind the scenes footage, and they had to lock it away for 20 years because they thought if this footage gets out, Jim Carrey's career is over. That's how badly he behaved on set because he was so in character.
Have you seen it?
It's a great. Yeah, you have to watch it. It's a fantastic.
Did he really cause that much of a ruckus?
He was awful. He was like throwing stuff at people.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. It was absolutely. I've never seen anything like it.
I don't know,
and I think for me, it's like you could be a method actor, but if you're going to put your cast members in danger, and you're going to waste studio money by pretending to be fucking disabled like Jared Leto, then you're just an idiot. Like you're paid to pretend. Now do your job. Like just do your fucking job.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like imagine if you were in a different scenario and just pretending to be these things.
Yeah,
like you'd get arrested for sending like that shit to like someone.
You would, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you send someone a sticky Playboy, you're going to jail.
100%.
Like
he should be a fucking
like you can't just be
on the register.
Yeah, you can't
Put
just
him
be
on
like
the register.
You can't just be like, oh yeah, like, I was the Joker. No, you fucking weren't. The Joker is made up in a DC comic.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto is a weirdo though, man.
You know he's got a cult.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, man.
He's got a cult.
He has a band as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah. Quite a heavy band.
Yeah, man.
But
I don't think he's a terrible. Like, I actually quite like some of his. Like, have you seen Requiem for a Dream?
I've not seen that.
Yeah, great.
It's been on my list for so long, but
Great
I feel like
film.
it's the kind of film where you're never really in the mood to watch Requiem for a
No,
Dream.
you're
It's
not.
so
It's
heavy
depressing
going,
as
you know.
fuck. No,
But I
really
do want to watch
like,
it. But apparently it's pretty powerful.
He's very good in it. I have
Really?
to say, yeah. And then what else? He did a film called House of Gucci.
Oh, have you seen that film, Sarav?
And the character he played, I thought was jokes.
Did you think he was good in that?
I just thought he was a really funny character. I enjoyed seeing.
Had the voice like a Mario.
Yeah. No, but
he was awful in that, and he had this like weird fat suit on and these weird prosthetics, and he just looked like a fucking cartoon, bro. He was terrible.
yeah, no, I know, man. But there was just something about like I just found it jokes, like just him, just him being that fucking like moron. Everyone in the family is just like, this guy is just such a fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? I just found it. Yeah, I like the character. What else was he good in?
He's in Fight Club. Do you ever watch Fight Club?
Was he in Fight Club?
Yeah, he's one of the blokes.
Oh yeah,
a support like very like minor character, but he I think gets beaten up by Ed Norton's character.
Oh yeah.
So he's he's actually in loads of stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like now he's sort of known for taking on very weird roles and sort of becoming a bit of a method actor. But I think when you're when you have a film, it's not just the actors, right? There's like there's other cast and crew. There's the finance side of it. There's the director. There's the the cinematography. There's so many different moving parts of a film that if you're going to waste the rest of the crew's time by fucking pretending to be disabled or be blind or do you know what I mean? Like giving yourself gout, right? Like
that's wild.
That's like selfish. It's like narcissistic. It's thinking this is so much about me and my performance that I'm going to completely disregard everyone else on set, and I think that's wrong.
I think I agree with you there, man.
Yeah.
I do think.
Fuck Jared Leto.
Yeah. I think like there's obviously method acting, and then there's being like a diva,
taking it too far.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely I feel inclined to agree with you, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Dick. Yeah.
Sarav, our next bit of news. Back in 2020, Tom Cruise announced that he was going to be starring in the first ever film to be shot in space, in a space station. It was going to be directed by Doug Liman, and they were doing a partnership with NASA and SpaceX.
Wow.
But they've been pipped to the post.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Russia have released a trailer with they're basically doing the first ever film to be shot in space, and they've flown out the actor and the director out into space, and they've released a trailer, and I believe it's called The Challenge.
What? To the ISS?
Yeah, to the ISS.
Mad.
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
So yeah, the film shot 250 miles away above the Earth, in the ISS, and it's scheduled for April 20th release.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Is it coming out in cinemas like UK or?
I mean, probably not, right?
Is it like just Russian cinema?
But the interesting thing is that this went into production like not that long after the original one was the Tom Cruise one was announced.
Yeah, so they just wanted to beat.
I genuinely think this might be the beginning of like the next space race.
Oh, so like film shit.
Yeah,
to
it's almost like
commercialize space.
One up it.
Yeah,
One
because
up the
that's
US.
definitely the next like advance, isn't it? It's like commercializing space. Neil deGrasse Tyson made all of those like predictions about like space and what's next. I do think that'll be a thing in our lifetime, man.
What, me and you'll be able to go to space?
For the right price, yeah. I mean, it already is. Like,
I mean, you can
Virgin
do it,
Galactic.
but you know, the interesting thing is that space travel is getting way cheaper now.
Of course it is.
Like the I think it's like the Falcon 9 or so. It's like a SpaceX rocket that launched. The Falcon 9 is basically reusable. Yeah, it lands. And if you think about how much more money you save when you actually reuse a fucking rocket ship.
No, of course.
And that's now, like, imagine in 50 years' time.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we might be able to just pop off to Mars for the weekend.
Yeah. Bro, I would 100% be going to space.
Right back. Imagine we do an episode in space.
Mate, one day. I don't. Mate,
how would you drink a beer?
That's
just fucking flow.
That's how we're gonna commission a beer that's brewed on the moon.
Love that. I love the vision, Sarah.
That is larger. That's larger than life because it's outside of this world.
Mate,
that is literally.
Come on.
That is literally larger than life. I wish we were cheersing with a nicer beer to that one.
Yeah, it's almost a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know? I'll be honest, Sarah.
It's growing on you.
It's growing on me.
I'm telling you, it's not bad.
I feel like I just had a bit of a violent reaction to it because it was raspberry. But yeah, no, it's growing on me.
As a drink, it's all right. It's just. Oh.
It's a spit.
Yeah, it's just that fucking not beer.
So yeah.
Nice
space, Hollywood and space. We love it.
Yeah.
So our next bit of news, Sarah, is some rumours have been going around surrounding Apple.
Oh, go on.
And basically, according to a Bloomberg report, the Apple AR glasses are going to bring information from your phone to your face.
Okay.
So the quote that we've been given is the eyewear is expected to synchronize with the wearer's iPhone to display things such as texts, emails, maps, and games over the user's field of vision.
Okay, fine. So it's augmented reality, basically.
But imagine, right, you're walking down the street and I'm trying to find the studio and I get a bit lost.
Oh,
I got bad spatial awareness. Imagine
you have,
and you just say to, I don't know, it might be on Siri or something.
Yeah.
Find me the way to the Halley.
That's sick, man.
And imagine you look down on the road, blue lines.
Yeah.
That's sick. That's like a fucking video game. You know when you're playing a video game and you want to find out where you have to go, and there's a little line that directs you. It's like that.
That's actually incredible.
And the other thing that I read about is that there's rumors that adverts, rather than having these big billboards, they're just going to pop up, but augmented reality.
I mean, that's definitely less wasteful.
100%, exactly. And the other one the other rumor of one of the features. This to me is crazy. So Apple have patented. Is that how you pronounce it? Patented.
Yeah.
So Apple have patented that you won't need prescription glasses in order to wear these or contacts.
Okay.
This will automatically correct your eyesight.
Oh, no way.
So they've got technology that will automatically correct your eyesight so that you don't need glasses to wear it. That to me is mad.
That's a bit scary. That bit. But I don't know. I don't know if it will take off. Like Google Glass was a thing, right?
Yeah, that flopped big time. That was exciting, but that was like 10 years ago now, and that never.
Yeah, but I feel like if Apple does anything, everyone just sucks Apple's dick.
100%. If Apple do it, it's now mainstream.
Because like I was on the tube today, and I just looked up, and fucking everyone has AirPods, and I have AirPods.
I don't. I'm a loser.
No, I know. Yeah. You're just like, oh no. I remember when the memes came out when we were at uni. Of like
people took the piss out of AirPods.
Yeah.
They didn't get the love, did they? Originally?
No, they didn't, man. And even I did. There was like a meme which was like a giraffe talking to like a pig.
Yeah.
And the pig was like wearing AirPods, and the giraffe was like, "Oh, how'd you get so tall or something?" And the pig was just like, "Oh, I have AirPods, so I'm better than you." Just like, what the fuck? Because it used to vex me when people used to like you'd be chatting to someone, and they would just be like. And then she's like, yeah, chatting to you and like whatever. It's like, come on,
Take them out, show some respect.
But now that I have them,
do you do that?
I mean, I actually don't.
You've become the very thing you swore to destroy, Sarah.
I take them out because I find it a bit like, a bit of a sensory overload. But yeah, nah, man, I was just deeping like, what if Apple just like put something in those AirPods that like just clicked a button, everyone wore them, like died because they could. They would kill a majority of the population.
That would be mad.
Because so many people have fucking AirPods.
Everyone. You know, if AirPods was a singular business,
Mm.
like a singular corporation, not associated to Apple, I read somewhere it'd be like in the top 15 businesses of all time.
That's crazy.
So I need to double check the stat, but it's something crazy like that. It was like the top 15
Mate,
businesses.
these big corporations are fucked.
Everyone's buying them.
Mate, I'm so addicted to Apple products and like the AirPods. That when my AirPods, I lost the case. Yeah. I literally spent over half the price of what I spent for the AirPods to get another rechargeable case.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah.
I had to pay 50 quid for another case.
But it's like, is that worth it? Like, probably not. And I didn't want to buy new ones because that's why they charge so much. They make it very difficult for you to get a replacement case as well.
If you break anything Apple, you're fucked. Just buy a new phone.
Yeah.
Buy a new laptop. Because they will fuck you.
Because they make it very difficult. You can't just go to a store and pick up a new rechargeable case.
That's how. What they do, Apple are very, very clever because they do this really clever thing where they take away a very basic function of the technology that you're already happy with, right? And then they find a way to sell you something to solve that problem, which they've caused. So, prime example, right? Laptops now, right? They've now removed, on most Macs, you don't have a standard USB cable, right?
Yeah.
If you need to, or an HDMI port, for example, they've removed that. Oh, that's really annoying. But guess what? We sell you this little Apple adapter. That'd be 40 quid, please. Or, for example, AirPods, right? I will remove the aux jack, right? Oh, no, but guess what? We've got these really expensive £150 AirPods you could buy. That's what they do, and that's how they get their money.
So here's my prediction for the next thing. I actually thought about this the other day. Because I was thinking about this exact thing the other day. Because we're that in sync, bro. We're that fucking in sync. Here's my prediction, and I think you're going to agree.
Go on.
You know the charging port? The thing that you plug your... They're going to get rid of that.
100%.
The thing
dude, the next generation.
Yeah.
Gone. Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah, the charging port on your iPhone, that's going, and they're going to be like, here's the magnetic...
The mag charger.
The mag charger. I don't even like using a magnetic charger because I can't go on my phone then because it has to stay on this fucking thing. But they're going to get one that like attaches.
But then it's not solid, is it? Like you can sort of wiggle around.
Yeah.
But the problem is because any like little port that takes up valuable real estate in a phone. So like that little few millimeters of where your lightning cable goes into, that could be used for like more battery or more processing power. So like 100% they're going to get rid of it. As soon as they can, they will. And they probably won't include the wireless.
They won't
include the wireless charger in, and you'll have to pay another 50 quid on that.
Yeah, 100%.
Honestly, Apple must just think I've got twat written across my forehead because like
clearly we do, bro.
That's here we are with our Macs.
Yeah, I think one Apple's marketing is just next level.
It's just so
it's
clean.
so good.
It's so clean.
So good.
Honestly, they'll like. Are they on the 14 now? I think they're on the 14. Yeah, they're on the 14.
Yeah.
iPhone 15 comes out, and they'll just be like, there'll be some bloke being like, in a white background being like, we made the iPhone thinner, better, lighter, resulting in our best ever iPhone yet. And I'll just be like, mate, I want it. I want that shit. And obviously they say our best ever iPhone yet. They're not going to make it worse, are they? Do you know what I mean? Like,
you're expected to make it better, aren't you? Like literally, yeah.
Apple, but like they're doing well.
I'll see what that thing's saying.
But yeah, dude, the other like really interesting thing is that, which I didn't think about. Someone mentioned that it's going to make, a lot of schools now give like kids like laptops and shit, right? A lot more like digital. If they give kids glasses, imagine how much like more engaged and like interactive lessons would be if you had like augmented reality. And let's say like you're talking about, like, do you remember how boring chemistry was back in the day? Imagine like if it was like interactive and you can see all the electrons and stuff around like a different element.
You're right.
Like that. And if you think about, we were talking last week about kids' attention spans, decreasing. Like with TikTok and stuff, how the fuck do they sit through lessons and read textbooks? I don't know. But you add these Google glasses in.
Apple glasses.
Apple, thank you, good catch. You add these Apple glasses in, and that makes it so much more interactive.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
imagine, right?
I'd love that.
You're talking about I don't know, the Battle of Hastings,
Yeah.
1066,
Yeah.
October 14th. Don't ask me how I remember that, right? You could reenact that with augmented reality. You take all the kids in, and then you're suddenly in a different world. Like, this could be huge.
Wow, you're right, man. I
Yeah.
didn't realize for education purposes it could definitely
It'd
be a benefit.
massive.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'll cop.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm copping.
I'll probably cop. I didn't get the
100%.
Oculus, but these glasses, I
Yeah.
feel like they'll look cool and shit.
Apple will make them look sexy.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
make them a fashion statement.
Oh, trust me, man.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
look like sleep.
It's
Like
just
so sleek. We made the Google Glass thinner.
lighter and better. You can replace your actual eyes with Google Glass. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's very, very exciting.
Very
I'm looking forward to it.
Very exciting.
So our next bit, and I want a bit of a little discussion on this, Sarah.
Okay.
So do you remember Neuralink?
Yes.
Announced like maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk's venture basically to test and develop these Neuralink brain chips. So Elon Musk applied to get these tested and to enter human trials, and the FDA have rejected this application. So the major concerns are the fact that the Neuralink brain chips run off a lithium battery, and they're worried that the chip may migrate to a different part of the brain. So they're saying that it's not ready for human testing yet, and Elon Musk is now trying again to apply yet again to get them tested. I think my question to you, Sarav, is where are your thoughts on Neuralink? Do you think it's morally wrong? What do you think the benefits are? You know, what are you thinking?
So the benefit of Neuralink is that it would cure stuff like Alzheimer's, wouldn't it? That's obviously incredible, but it means you remember everything forever, right? You never forget anything.
Is that one of the benefits?
I think so.
That's
It's supposed to like record like everything from your life.
Shit.
I think so, bro. Like you're taking away. You're leveling the playing field in terms of intelligence, then, or you'll have to completely rewrite the way in which you test people. Everything will have to be purely on an understanding basis rather than by memory, which is probably a good thing as well. Because like GCSEs and A levels, and even some of our university exams, let's be honest, it was testing your memory more than anything.
I don't remember a single lick of chemistry.
No, you don't now, but when you were doing your GCSEs, all you had to do was remember it. You didn't have to understand it.
That's true.
Right? So it will move to testing understanding more. But the idea of remembering everything all the time doesn't sound appealing to me because, like, I don't want to remember something.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah. I don't want to remember certain things. Like, bro, at what point do you get it implanted into your brain? When you're born, presumably.
Is it not like, is Elon's vision to hopefully have everyone be eventually?
I think so.
Really?
No, I don't like the idea of that.
I think for me at the moment, like if it's designed to help, as you said, people who, I don't know, maybe have a mental disability or any disability to help them move or communicate, like for me, that's great. Like, and that will solve so many issues. But I think as soon as you start, I mean, the other thing, imagine you have this from the age of 10. And then your whole life is basically on a file somewhere, probably in a server.
Oh, yeah.
All your memories, all your experience, all that data you're processing and taking everything in, that's going to remember it. And then you've got your whole, then that's literally your whole identity stored on a server somewhere. That is worrying.
Like, I mean, possibly a good thing. Maybe. I mean, have you seen that episode of Black Mirror?
Where he goes in the job interview and he remembers it. They can go back to their old footage.
And then,
fantastic episode.
And then he was like, his friends and family were like, oh, let's watch it. And then like he wanted to check if his wife was cheating, and he made her like play it back, and she tried to delete it and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was
like,
mad.
Stuff like that. That's wild, man. Obviously, it's amazing. You get trust, but like it's amazing in the sense you get to remember all the good times in your life. But there's also certain things that we're meant to forget. Like imagine people who've got trauma. Like they have the ability to go rewatch that. Other people have the ability to like. These servers have the ability to see that information about you. It would get rid of all privacy. It would get rid of, the option for privacy. There's certain embarrassing things in my life that I absolutely do not want to remember.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want other people to remember about me.
There's also the aspect of like, sometimes your memories, let's say memories you have when you were, let's say, 10 years old and you're playing in the garden with your mates, you don't remember them beat for beat exactly, do you? but you remember them fondly.
Mm.
Imagine if you just go back and watch that whole thing. It kind of takes the nostalgia out of it.
Absolutely.
It actually probably makes memories not seem as fond if
Yeah.
you can just go back and watch them and relive them whenever you want.
Mate, there's this guy on TikTok, and I really hope he's come up on your FYP. I think he would have done.
What's his name?
I think his name's American Baron, or just
I
Baron.
don't know if
He's got
has.
curly hair and glasses,
Yeah.
and he basically makes essentially like short films on TikTok. But it's just like him talking. Super introspective. I'm actually going to look him up because I really, really want to get his name because he's very, very famous on TikTok. He's got like millions of followers.
He's probably come up, I'm sure. But yeah, I can't remember. I don't know if I've come across his name before.
Hang on. Let me look it up. His name is...
Is it like he tells like a story on it, or?
Yeah, it is American Baron. And is Baron Ryan is like his name. And like he makes like short stories and shit, and he talks about life. And one of the things he said is like, okay, like if we had the ability to live twice, would you do it? And it's like, well, no. Can you imagine going through everything in life again? It's long. It's actually long. Like you'd have to.
I would,
Would you?
100%.
Takes away the joy of the beautiful thing about life is the fact that you live it once.
That is true. But like, would I know I'm living it? If I died and then
Mm.
someone said, "Do you want to live it again?" 100% I'd do it.
Of course, but
If you had the choice now, would
But
you?
what I'm saying
would you
is,
live life
in
twice?
this life, if you knew you were going to live again, completely changes the narrative of your life. You think, oh, I've got a second chance. And like similarly with memories, almost in the same way.
It's a
It's
really
like,
interesting debate.
yeah,
I think we've low key turned the segment into debate of the week.
yeah. But like,
yeah.
exactly. So that's what I'm saying, man. I think like that again with memories. Would you really want to go back and relive them and re-see them? As you said, takes away the nostalgia.
What makes a memory? What makes a memory? Fondness for a memory is the fact it happened once and probably can never happen again.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That's the beauty of a memory. And similarly with Neuralink, I think it's great for, medical purposes.
Yeah.
But I think it's dangerous. It removes a lot of like what life is. It changes the narrative of life at the moment. And not necessarily for the better. I would say it puts it on maybe a different track that is arguably slightly worse. Because who wants to live forever? If you want to live forever, like you will be depressed at some point in your life. Because there'll never be any motivation to do anything because you'll always think like, oh, I've got literally the rest of my life to do it.
It makes everything meaningless.
Everything meaningless.
Yeah.
Everything meaningless.
Because anything you want to do or achieve, you can be like, oh, well, I've got all the time in the world to do that.
You literally got all the time.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's my opinion.
Getting deep, bro.
Yeah, getting deep. It's longer than life conversations.
Love it, mate. Love it. So there was probably the biggest news of this week.
Oh,
the biggest.
Hit me with that.
The best festival in the entire world.
Woo!
Glastonbury 2023 has officially announced their headliners.
Yeah.
So on the headliners are Arctic Monkeys, Guns N' Roses, Elton John, Lizzo, Joey Badass, Slow Tie, Hot Chip, Fred Again, H, Central C, Alt J. The list goes on, Sarah.
Crazy.
The list goes on.
Yeah.
So you've seen this lineup.
I've seen the lineup.
What immediate thoughts hit me?
I am absolutely gutted I don't have a ticket for Glastonbury.
I do.
Oh, fuck you, man. I'm absolutely
your boy
gutted.
don't miss.
I'm absolutely gutted.
Can I grab another beer?
Yeah, of course.
Is there one going? I never thought it's there.
Bro, I'm absolutely gutted.
Honestly, I'm gutted, but you have to come in. You have to come.
Bro, I'm gonna have to.
You'll find a way.
And like, I just want to say, I called it. I knew Elton John was gonna. I'm sure I told you that Elton John was gonna do it.
You did.
I knew Elton John was gonna play at Glastonbury. It was obvious because he was doing his final tour this year, and I think there was a gap in his tour dates or something. And obviously, Glastonbury gets legends. Like what? A few years ago, they had Lionel Richie. Was that last year?
Yeah. They had Paul McCartney last year.
Paul McCartney last year. They had Lionel Richie before. This is a festival known for legends. It's known for the old people. That's possibly one of their last ever UK performances. Elton John, of course, was going to do it. This was his final tour.
This is his final ever performance as well.
Yeah, there you go.
Mad. Yeah.
I have to I think he's great. And then I know not everyone is like gassed with that lineup. That is incredible. This guy is so fucking talented, and he's local to me. Well, he was Pinner.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Gang. Next up, I was super excited about the next big headliner announcement. Guns N' fucking Roses, bro. That's crazy. Again, I told some of my friends, I just like, oh, who gives a shit? Who doesn't give a shit? Guns N' Roses are legends. Are you joking? We're talking about the original lineup as well. We're talking about Axl Rose. Axl Rose. I mean, he's fat now. Not that that's the problem.
Is he
I'm
fat?
just saying he put on a lot of weight. He used to be like known for being really skinny and doing the snake dance. You can't really do that physically anymore. Then you got Slash. Slash.
Is Slash was in Guns N' Roses?
Slash is in Guns N' Roses.
Oh shit!
Wait, I need to fact check myself.
Yeah,
'cause you
fact
made
check.
You made me worried now.
No, I think you might be right.
I think Slash is Slash is the lead guitarist. I'm sure of it, and he always has the hat and. Slash is in Guns N'
No,
Roses.
you're right. He is. He's
Slash,
the,
of course he is. Yeah. Slash is in Guns.
Bro, I'm so excited to hear "Sweet Child of Mine."
Oh my god.
That at the pyramid stage, the sun setting. That
Bro,
music,
that's not even their best song. Well, in my opinion.
What Paradise Sea?
You've got there's a song called "Welcome to the Jungle." Which
Oh,
is
that is a banger. Welcome to the jungle.
Yeah.
We got fun and good. Yeah, I love it.
Mate, that song's literally about
so
a
excited for
fucking crack house. But yeah, man, I just find it very interesting how the lineup announced has just got so much it's just such a juxtaposition. You've got Elton John and Guns N' Roses, two legends of the game, and then I see just H.
It's so random. So random.
Yeah, who gives a shit? But
I think
man.
it'll be great. I think I'll be honest, I don't have Guns N' Roses on rotation right now. I did go through a small phase when I was 12, 13, where I was more into that kind of that music, and I love their music. So I am excited for that, and I think, yeah, at Glastonbury it's a perfect festival to see them. And also, the best thing about Glastonbury is when you go to when you see the big headliner at a festival, there's this big rush to go to the front, things like that. Perfect thing about Glastonbury is that the pyramid stage is massive, right? So it's basically a big hill that just goes on and on and on for fucking ages, right? And the sound quality at the very back of the hill or in the middle is exactly the same as it is at the very front. So let's say, for example, Elton John. You don't have to go to see. You don't have to be front row to see him. You can sit back, bottle of wine, and you sit back, and the sun's setting, and you can just listen and have a great time. And that's that's some of the best parts. When I went last year, that was the best part. Was just sitting back, listening to Paul McCartney, and you could just chat with people, get drunk, you have a great time, and everyone in it's not like the other people at the front are having all the fun. Everyone's singing along and stuff, mate. You have to come.
Yeah, of course.
You have to come.
Because this is a huge lineup for me. I think it's incredible. Two huge legends of the game, and I'm sure there's more to come. Obviously the other acts announced are good, but I have a good feeling I'm gonna find my way there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
I'll be honest, when I saw the lineup I was like, okay, cool. But my only issue is I do agree with you. The legend slots are great. I will admit I'm slightly disappointed by the other two headliners.
Okay.
Lizzo and Arctic Monkeys.
Okay, yeah, fine.
So my relationship with Arctic Monkeys is that I think they're a great band. They're their old stuff was really good. Most of their albums I do enjoy. I just think their last two albums for me have been massive disappointments.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
And they're very slow. They're a lot more piano driven.
Yeah.
It's not festival music.
Yeah.
And my worry is that Arctic Monkeys come on and they play their new album Car, which is it the Car or Car? But I just thought that album that album had two songs I liked. Car. That album had two songs which I really liked, and the rest I just found it such a chore to get through.
Yeah.
And they played 10 years ago. They've already done Glastonbury. Why are you giving them another chance? Get someone else on.
I think they're going to release another album
before Glastonbury.
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
Do you not think so?
They took 5 years between
maybe
the last one and this one, or 4 years.
I have a story for you on that point, actually, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so this is one I was really excited to tell you about.
Oh yeah.
And it's really, really fucking cool. Okay, so do you know the song "Dreams Money Can Buy" by Drake?
What album was that from?
I don't remember, but do you remember the sample, which is "Don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me."
Oh shit! Yeah, I love that song. Yeah.
Fuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, banger. Okay, cool. So here we go. That obviously is a sample. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sampled from a song called BTSTU.
Yeah.
You know about that?
Yeah.
And there was a guy called Jai Paul, or J Paul, Jai, J. I'll call him Jai Paul. Yeah? It was sampled by from a guy called Jai Paul. Jai Paul, legend, yeah? Obviously, I've got to shout him out because, mate, shout out because, yeah, he like started obviously making these songs. And I think that song came out in maybe, I think it was like 2011. I'm not too sure. But,
It's a
bro,
banger song.
oh my gosh, I'm sorry, 2007.
Oh,
So
wow.
he was literally like, I don't even know, 18 when that song was made.
Mhm.
But here's why this is a big deal, yeah? He's Indian, right? Indians
Oh,
are
so-
obviously not very represented within Western music.
Yeah.
More so now, you've got like, what's his name? Nav.
Nav, yeah.
He's
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
huge.
Big
And then
rapper.
there's a few other people who are like Indian and quite big. Jay Sean was obviously big in the UK.
Mhm.
This guy's a UK British guy, you know, representing Indians, you know, at a time where probably the media was not representing us very well.
Yeah.
So this guy made this tune. It was then sampled by like Drake and I think also Beyonce as well.
So this was, and so he wasn't a big deal
No,
beforehand.
no.
Was he
just
big in
released-
the UK or like?
Nah, not really.
So shit, they
Yeah,
just found
yeah,
that they
yeah,
found
yeah.
this song and then they like loads of
Well,
people
so
sampled it.
that song obviously blew up,
Yeah.
right? And he released that and I think another song called like Jasmine and something else.
Okay.
And then it basically blew because it was sampled by like Drake and Beyonce. Then he went on to basically this album that he made got leaked. It's called Bait Ones, yeah.
Okay.
Bro, I was listening to it today and it's like so good. Like it's just so different. Obviously now it's pretty outdated, but like it's so raw. Like the sounds of it, the sounds and engineerings of it are just it's so raw sounding. Like it's
Yeah.
obviously it's just incredible. Like it's really, really good. And you can hear someone who's just genuinely playing around. He's got this kind of indie poppy kind of vibe to it. Kind of rapping, kind of singing, playing around with different instrumentals and like samples. It's just really, really cool. But it got leaked,
Shit.
which is obviously peak. It got leaked. It wasn't meant to be released when it was. Another reason it probably sounds raw. It hadn't even
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
hit sound engineer yet.
Yeah.
Mate, this guy just fucking went silent after it got leaked. Yeah,
What?
silent for years. No one had heard of him. It was peak. Like
He
so
just, that
peak.
was it. He just
That-
fell
he was
off the
just
map.
he just stopped. Then he released another album.
Okay.
And I believe that was so the leaked material came out in 2013. So he was kind of big, doing his thing, being a
Okay.
bit low key. Between 2007 and 2013, so 5-6 years, kind of active. You know, fucking with people like Zane Lowe, etc.
Okay.
2013, fucking his album just got leaked. In 2019, he came out again and like he like up and around again, and his album basically became like digitally available. It became more official.
Okay.
And it's called Leak 0413 because it was
No
leaked in April
way.
13 called Bait Ones. Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be
Shit.
called. So yeah, so that obviously came out.
So that's on Spotify. I can
That's
go.
on Spotify. You can
No
go listen to it. But so yeah, 2019. That's when he kind of did like his like last songs. Here's what's crazy. Yeah, he's been announced for 2023 Coachella
What?
as his first ever live performance. His first ever live performance.
No.
Do you mean to tell me he's not going to release an album before that?
Jeez. Wait. So
It's little to summarize.
that's crazy.
A little Indian, not little, an Indian guy from Rayners Lane, northwest London, released some tunes from the UK. Unknown guy, sampled by Drake and Beyonce. Yeah. Then had his album leaked, went silent, just didn't speak about it. That got made official in 2019, 6 years later. Released a couple rhythms, a couple singles, and now, 4 years later, he's been announced to play Coachella
crazy.
as his first ever live performance.
He's going to be shitting it.
Oh, mate,
Jesus.
but like, he's
so he's never performed live.
No,
before that?
but
That's
he's
crazy.
regarded, unless he's done it under what I suspect is he would have done it under other aliases
Okay. Yeah.
in little places.
Mhm.
But this guy, bro, he's regarded so high, like he's so highly in the music scene because like of his experimental
Yeah.
sound and how early on it was. I think like
he was ahead of his time.
so ahead of his time. Go listen to some of the ways in which he sampled songs. I listened to one today, second song on his leaked album called Straight Outta Mumbai, second or third, playing around with like tabla tracks and like, bro, it's just so interesting because you can hear, if you think about when that came out, you can hear sounds that have been made since then in the later, 2010s that resemble like his kind of music.
Really?
Yeah, it's very inspired. It's very inspiring. That's what I have to say. But
That's
cool
sick.
story about Shy Paul.
Mate,
so-
that's Coachella's no joke. That's
no,
huge.
Coachella's no joke. That's
Mate, rate
arguably
that.
the biggest festival in the world.
That's mad.
So yeah, big
Rate
up,
that.
big up.
Big
But
up.
yeah, man. On that, I think let's close it off.
Let's close it
I
off,
think
guys.
we've,
This has been a great episode.
Mm.
We've had some good discussions. But yeah, listen, guys, if this is your first time, please remember to like this video, subscribe, or if you're on Spotify, please leave a review. It really, really helps the channel. And also, if you're finding us on TikTok or Instagram, yeah, find us there at largerthanlife_LTL, Llama Tango Llama. And yeah, follow us there. But yeah, guys, it's been great.
It's been great.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
See you in episode 10.
Episode 10.
Take care, guys. Thanks
care.
very much.
Peace.
Thanks.